talk about sound design, one of my favorite things in the world. And in this video, I'm going to break down something I recently scored to picture with the homies, Atrium, and team. We did a project that took place in outer space, and the main characters of the video were MFer and Wrecked Guy and a goose and some other really mystical things that happened in this episode. So shout out to CC0 Studios, and let's get into it. I'm going to break down how I created the music and also the sound effects for this short video piece. So the first thing that I had to do was figure out what outer space sounded like. I had to combine a few different sounds. There's like an electronic sound in there. There's bass sound in there. And then there's just like a weird, creepy ambient sound that I had combined and then faded in and out. So as the spaceship is flying by, the volume turns up just to give it the flyby effect.
Daddy, why don't you go into space and retrieve the lost artifact of Nownlandia? Either you do it or you just another...
Okay, so right there, I did the little grunt you can hear in there if you listen. And then there's this beat in there. I thought it was like really cool for what they were talking about, because everybody was talking shit to this MFer dude. And then Wrecked Guy comes in. And so I feel like having a beat like this is just really fitting for this part, right? So then Wrecked Guy comes in, and this was something that was really fun, right? So when the door opens...
That seems like a perfectly rational response to an ad hominem hack from a god.
And that's actually my voice just going, right?
That seems like a perfectly
So just little like burps and stuff, you know, like I think. And then this like mystical goose comes into the picture, and it's like very odd.
Hello, it is I, the omnipotent goose, here to give a prophecy from my omnipotent mind. To Nownlandia, sharp eyes keep.
So he gives this like spiel about their mission. Very synthy, very 80s vibes. But I felt it kind of fit because it's like outer space, and this goose is telling them that, you know, what their mission is basically for the episode. So I thought it had to be very like mystical, almost like if Lord of the Rings went to a rave or something. I don't know, like it was almost like you must go and do this thing. So it just felt right for outer space, you know?
Have I been smoking too much?
Have I been drinking too much?
Oh shit.
No.
Then they go into this asteroid field, which is really fun. And for that, drum and bass to me is just like so chaotic when you take that drum and bass drum loop and you just chop it up, and it's just like, and it kind of fit that setting, right? They're going through this asteroid field, or as I called it in my session, ass field right here. Then we get to one of my favorite parts of this episode, which is they arrive at this gas station. When I was thinking about a gas station in outer space, I was like, what kind of music would they be playing at this gas station in outer space? And I was like, man, I got to make some smooth jazz. So this was when the spaceship is landing at the gas station, and it's like closing all of its mechanisms and machines. I did the same thing. I just went like that, right? And what happens in this scene is that MFer, essentially, his joint falls into this vacuum that goes into outer space, and then the gas station blows up, right? So I literally took my vacuum that I cleaned my house with and recorded it and did the sound design for this part. So then the joint goes into outer space and it blows up the gas station. I had to kind of finesse the explosion too because I wanted it to sound really big, but it's also far away, like the camera's far away. And so I thought putting distortion on the explosion sound effect would make it more intense like you were there. I would imagine that you feel it more so than anything in your body. And so I think putting distortion on the explosion sound itself really makes it more relatable overall. And so I thought it came out pretty good.
Over here.
So then the goose comes back.
Okay, the riddle proved difficult.
And I actually, for that part, I'm literally like, and just like recorded it. And that was like the transition part for the goose. So this one, so it's actually this thing right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like one of those stress things that you can click around and it has a bunch of different like knobs. And so what I did was I just used this thing on a few different times, right? Because there's two of them doing the Rubik's cubes. So then we did the activities, right? Them doing the activities is fun. Then they go to this other dimension. They're in the other dimension. They find these nouns glasses. They find these noggles.
The lost relic of Downlandia.
And so I had to make this like thing. Combine this like weird drum and bass stuff.
What do you see?
I'm seeing it all clearly now. There was never a need to go on a journey through space.
So this is like, you can hear the drum and bass in the background. I really wanted to get like anime with it, you know? But it's like also a reflection track, right? So it kind of had to be upbeat, happy, perky. And then we ended with the gas station tune, which is just so good. That's pretty much it. I had a great time doing this. It was so much fun. And I love working with the homies. I love working with very talented people. This thing looks fantastic. Sounds fantastic. It was well written, well produced. Thank you to everybody involved. And yeah, hopefully we can do this again a few more times. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and appreciate you guys listening. All right. Peace out.